The sun hadn't fully risen over Kansas City, but Arrowhead Stadium already pulsed with a rare electricity. For miles around, the world glowed red. It was Sunday, October 19th, a date circled in bold on every Chiefs fan's calendar. The Kansas City Chiefs were about to face the Las Vegas Raiders, and something about this day felt different. Maybe it was the stakes. Maybe it was the rivalry. Or maybe it was the feeling that history was about to unfold under the crisp autumn sky. And then, in the midst of the anticipation, Travis Kelce appeared. There are entrances, and then there are moments. This was a moment. The parking lot, already a sea of fans waving banners and belting out, "Let's go, Chiefs!" in practiced harmony, suddenly crescendoed. All eyes turned to the man stepping from his vehicle with the stride of someone who's tasted glory and wants more. Kelce's outfit was as bold as his play. A blazing red bomber jacket, deep blue jeans, and spotless white sneakers. He smiled, wide and genuine, and the crowd responded with an eruption of cheers that rolled across Arrowhead like thunder. People surged closer, hoping to catch a wave, a handshake, a selfie, or even just a glimpse. In that moment, Kelce wasn't just a football player. He was the beating heart of Kansas City. It's not just about what he wears or how he walks. It's the energy he brings. The confidence in his eyes told the story. This was not a man weighed down by the pressure of expectation, but one who thrived on it. He waved, paused for a few handshakes, and flashed that now famous friendly grin. People talk about leadership in sports, but on that morning, leadership wasn't a speech or a stat. It was a feeling, and everyone felt it. The Chiefs weren't just fighting for another win. They were defending their lead in the AFC West, and every play against the Raiders would mean the difference between chasing and being chased. The tension in the air was thick, the kind that makes your heart beat a little faster even before kickoff. Kelce, now 36, had seen it all. Seasons of triumph, seasons of heartbreak, moments of brilliance, and games that slipped away. Yet his desire to win had never dimmed. He was still the player his teammates depended on, the one who set the tone in the locker room and on the field. Age hadn't dulled his spark. If anything, it had sharpened his edge, honed his instincts, and deepened his hunger. Before the team took the field, Kelce gathered them in the training area. The air buzzed with the sound of cleats on concrete and last-minute laughter. Kelce's words were brief but potent. He reminded them of the simple truths: focus, fight, and leave everything on the field. A teammate later recalled, "Travis doesn't say much, but when he does, you feel it. He's a spark plug. He makes you believe anything is possible. If Travis Kelce is Arrowhead's heartbeat, then Patrick Mahomes is its mind." Moments after Kelce's arrival, Mahomes appeared, calm, collected, and clearly ready for war. Their handshake was more than a greeting. It was a pact between two warriors who've shared both the spotlight and the shadows. Together, they have become the NFL's golden duo. There is a chemistry between them that defies explanation, a rare partnership that seems to operate on its own frequency. When Mahomes launches a ball into the chaos of defenders, it's as if Kelce has already mapped the exact spot it will land. The crowd, already loud, seemed to find another gear at the sight of them together. Fans held up homemade signs. Mahomes and Kelce, top magic. Kids in oversized jerseys screamed their names. On social media, clips of their best plays were already being shared, dissected, and celebrated. For the people of Kansas City, this wasn't just a football game. It was an event. It was hope. But even the greatest duos need a team behind them. As the players walked toward the training ground, the sense of unity was obvious. Chris Jones, the defensive Leviathan, radiated intensity. Isaiah Pacheco, quick and fearless, bounced on his toes. Rossi Reese and Marquez Valdez-Scantling joked and hugged, but the seriousness in their eyes betrayed the gravity of the day. Jokes were exchanged, rituals observed, but the focus never wavered. The Raiders, after all, were not just opponents. They were the enemy, the shadow in the Chiefs' rearview mirror, always closer than they appeared. A Chiefs staff member summed it up. "The atmosphere is electric. Everyone knows what's at stake, and nobody wants to be the weak link. The Raiders play tough, but we play tougher. The whole team is locked in. No stadium in the NFL is quite like Arrowhead. The noise, the traditions, the sense of belonging. It's a fortress built from decades of devotion. On this morning, the tailgates had started before sunrise. Grills smoked, music blasted, and fans swapped predictions, stories, and superstitions. Families came together, some for the 100th time, some for the very first. For many, Chiefs football is not just entertainment. It's a legacy, a thread that ties generations. Children painted their faces, parents recounted the legend of Super Bowl Live, and grandparents remembered the days before the dynasty. As the players warmed up, the fans grew louder, as if their cheers could reach the locker room and give the team that final push before battle. Finally, the moment arrived. The Chiefs stormed the field to a wall of sound so intense it rattled windows in nearby neighborhoods. The Raiders, dressed in their signature black and silver, looked every bit the villain. The game began, and right away, it was clear. This would be a battle. Mahomes found Kelce on the first drive, threading a pass through defenders like a magician revealing a hidden card. Kelce snatched the ball mid-stride, shrugged off a tackle, and glided into the end zone. Arrowhead nearly shook from the noise. The fans roared, hugged, high-fived, and for a moment believed that nothing could go wrong. But the Raiders weren't going quietly. They answered with a drive of their own, matching the Chiefs blow for blow. The lead changed hands, tempers flared, and the referees earned every cent of their pay. Every snap felt like a turning point. Throughout the chaos, Kelce was unflappable. His composure under pressure has become his trademark. He made catches in traffic, absorbed hits, and always got back up. Social media buzzed with highlights. Kelce tiptoeing the sideline, Kelce stiff-arming a defender, Kelce celebrating with his teammates. But it wasn't just his playmaking. It was the way he carried the team during critical moments. When the Chiefs faced a crucial third down, it was Kelce who found the soft spot in the defense, who made the catch, who kept the drive alive. When Mahomes needed a target, it was Kelce who delivered. On the sidelines, he rallied the team. He encouraged the rookies, calmed the nerves, and reminded everyone why they'd worked so hard to get here. The fourth quarter arrived with the game still undecided. The tension in Arrowhead could be cut with a knife. Every play felt like a heartbeat, every yard a victory. With 2 minutes left, the Chiefs trailed by 4. The drive began on their own 20-yard line. Mahomes was surgical, moving the ball with precision, but the Raiders' defense was relentless. Then, with less than 30 seconds left, Mahomes dropped back and fired a dart across the middle. Kelce, as if guided by fate, snagged the pass and spun past the last defender. Arrowhead exploded. Touchdown. Chiefs take the lead. The defense held on the final series, and as the clock hit 0, the Chiefs had secured a win that felt bigger than football. It was about grit, belief, and the magic that happens when a team becomes a family. As the players celebrated, Kelce found Mahomes, and the two embraced at midfield. Photographers swarmed, fans cheered, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. In the post-game interviews, Kelce was humble. He credited his teammates, the coaches, and the fans. "We do this for Kansas City," he said. "We do it for each other. We do it because we love this game." But anyone who was there, anyone who watched, knew they'd witnessed something more. They'd witnessed the kind of game you talk about for years, the kind that turns players into legends and fans into believers. Arrowhead Stadium emptied slowly that night, the echoes of cheers lingering in the air. People hugged, sang, and relived the magic. For Kansas City, for the Chiefs, and for Travis Kelce, it was a day that would never be forgotten. And as the city settled under a quiet, red-lit sky, you knew it. The story of the Chiefs, of Kelce, of this team and this moment, was far from over. In fact, it was just beginning.